Jeez. Boy, I'm going to be busy today, not even playing games. I could just see it. Look at this. So, Boeing, that big airplane maker, See, this is what happens, when you have a culture in the government of the United States that goes around persecuting hackers forever, right? Even the ones that would say, hey, you left your door open, here's how to fix it, they would go and arrest them and give them 10 years in jail. So eventually no one helps you. So what happens is you get hiring people that are stupid idiots, and this is what happens, everybody. Okay, okay. I retired basically as a hacker myself, more or less, and I just make video code and play around with games and do other stuff. Right, whatever. It's nothing they're gonna be able to do to me because I'm not doing anything wrong anymore. Have a nice day. In fact, I do the opposite. I try to teach people about being smarter. I like smart people around me. You know, if I'm talking to you, there's something I see in you that you're doing that's smart, or there's something that's smart like that. Anyway, so here you have Boeing, and it's not just the databases that they had lying around the internet. I heard about this and I went, nah, it's going to be a non-news thing. And then I thought, well, wait a minute here. The code for the jet itself, security stuff, with them showing the bugs and issues that they knew of. Whoa, wait a minute here. They wouldn't put that on the web for everybody to get, would they? Oh, wait, they did. Holy jeez. Who's running this stuff? Why is it every time we turn around there's a tech company, there's an Indian running these things, and all the bullshit starts? Okay? Like, I've got Indian friends that are really smart and they can make really good code and everything, but it seems like these guys that are running the big companies, they're all morons. Okay? Like, okay, Google Hangouts. Let's take that for a minute here, just for a second. How many people on this internet, right, that are using YouTube, were using Hangouts, and then, you know, that goes away, and now what are they going to do? It's kind of like the same thing with this little stabbing business that happened over here because they took out the homeless shelter, so all these groups of different people congregate in an area, and then the fighting and arguing and all the upset starts. Poor planning. That no one thinks of the action that they do will have a consequence. Okay, right? So you have, I got to make more money for my shareholders, so I'll cut back on the IT department. I'll cut back on the IT department, and we don't need these guys. Everything's good, blah, blah, blah. We get updates. We update everything. Everything's cool, right? No, it's not. See, there's a job called Network Security Penetration Consulting. I was offered that job even before I got halfway into my college. I had people from foreign countries coming up to me in black suits going, we'd like you to come to our country. We'll give you 10 grand for a month to come and make us a website. No. And I mean, you ask yourself, why? Well, they go, well, we can't tell you what the website is about because if we tell you, it's illegal to tell you in Canada. I says, well, if it's illegal to tell me in Canada, I'm not leaving here to go to your country to do that. So anyway, I'm 18 years old and I'm already being bothered by these people. That was back then. But anyway, so yeah, it just comes back to that you're going the wrong way with, see, all the spying, all the this culture that they, the movement against Julian Assange, all this stuff, right? Right? It's you've got a group of people in this deep state that are crazy people. They are literally crazy. Okay? They don't care about anything or anyone as long as they can make some money. Okay? There's that group, and then there's a group that just, it's so propagandized in their brain that this or that is evil and we must destroy it at all costs, kind of thing. That jazz. And they will do anything to do it. They'll take all our rights away. They'll take everything away until we got a chip in our brains. Well, we're not even human then. I'm sorry, I'm not going that route, right? This is where, this is why we get to games, okay? We go to video games, Mr. Trump, so we can get away from you people. All of you. Democrats, Republicans, all of you. We go into a world where we can do and be anything we want to be, get rid of our stress, everything, okay? We come back out here, we got to deal with it. And we do, most of us, okay? Some people can't, and maybe that's where, you know, there should be a little bit more psychiatry in the universe, you know. And I was having the discussions again where, people don't get it, okay. And I wonder if some of these people who are so pro gun, they don't want this to happen, okay. Those people, I gotta wonder, okay. I'm not saying you're nuts, but if you're defending people that are nuts to have guns, there's got to be a reason. And it ain't a logical one, is it? There's no logic that can bend over that one, okay? And you can do this stuff so that it doesn't inconvenience you. Listen, this is the problem. If you're going to own a gun, you're going to get inconvenienced. If you're going to run a big company, you better hire the right people, okay? When DEF CON first started, a lot of people wanted me to go and show some things and do some stuff there. And I said, there's no way I will enter the United States and take the risk that upon crossing the border, they just grab you, put you in a cell, and make you work for them. I'm not doing that. It's not happening. And you have to say, well, they wouldn't do that. They put out feelers in the late 90s for that kind of crap. And two Russians and some other guy from Europe came, and they weren't even in the country less than a week, and they just scooped them all up. Never heard of them again. And I told people right then, I says, that's exactly why I didn't go. Right there. And after that, you want to hear the whole story, okay? I started talking to people from every country that had internet at the time, and within a couple of months, every single country that I was talking to had probably some hacker group. All of them wanted to join in with this little group I had, and pretty soon you had, I have to assume it was around 3,500 of the world's top hackers all in one group. Okay? That scared the piss out of them, because this kind of culture that you see on this webpage versus us, they need 100 of them to equal one of us. Okay? So the NSA, if they had 80,000 hackers, okay, would be the equivalent of what? What did I say there? 1,000. So it would be the equivalent of about 900 or 1,000 of us, because it's a job, right? That's the first thing. When you have something that's just a job, right? Even if you like the job and you're okay with the job, it's still a job. You go to work, there's things you do, you're going to have bad days where you don't feel like doing things. Versus people that enjoy what they're doing, like learning, like this, like that. And I was saying the other day, it's all about, you got to have fun at what you're doing. And if you're not, it's not going to be productive. And this is just pathetic. Okay, we're beginning to see why, and this is why I step back from it all and just, you know what? I told all the big guys, this is what we should do is nothing for 5 or 10 years and see what happens to this world. Absolutely nothing. Everybody just go play some video games and chill out. And this is what we end up with. We end up with weirdos, 1% of the world trying to tell me that when I see a man, I can't call it a man anymore because the man wants to be called Mork from Orc, because that's his new gender. Or all this stuff, okay? It's stupid. It's just stupid. And it does nothing for the productivity of humanity. I don't care who you are. As long as, if I'm in a coding cell, let's say, of people making a program, I don't care if you're transgendered, okay? I don't care if you got pink or purple hair. Can you code, right? If you can't, well, I don't want you. And you would run away and you would call me all kinds of names and racist and stuff, and I'd come back out and say, no, you couldn't do the job. You were fired. That's what we've lost here. That's what we're losing here. We're losing the ability to do anything for these people. Okay? And this is where it's wrong. Okay? I mean, you can take away the guns, and what do? It's like a British friend of mine was saying, yeah, they go with it. And I saw that too. They were taking bats and knives and machetes and going at each other that way. What are you going to do? You take those away? You know what they do? They go get hammers. You can't take the hammers away. People build houses with those. They repair things. We're going to have licenses for hammers? That'll be the day. Can you imagine what the cost of a house would be if every tool you had there required government licensing and the control, just like a gun? Oh my God. First of all, most of the people doing these jobs aren't ones that are heavy duty on math and science. So when they have to go in and do tests and other things, they're going to fail, and then you're not going to have anything done anymore. And in 500 years, we'll all be sitting back in the trees. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a ranty mode this morning. I just woke up going, oh my God. Uh, oh, this planet, I don't know. I'm glad I'm getting near the end of my life, you know? Like, the next couple generations after me really got to sort this mess out, and if they don't, well, it's like Carl Sagan said, maybe the reason why we don't see a lot of other civilizations out there is they get to a point where they implode and destroy themselves. This is the road to it. And and another one to Trump. I honestly think you're never going to stop China from being the number one economy in the world. It's just not going to happen. I think what you should have done, maybe, instead of being so aggressive, try to do some partnerships with them. Work with them rather than against them. When they're doing that stuff, one road stuff in Africa, say, hey, we wouldn't mind, helping you out with that. Okay? And the way you frame it is, look, you do, there's 100% of it you doing it. Why not give us a third? And that just keeps you in the table a little longer, and it gives you a future, rather than the future of when China and the rest of these countries get big enough to actually reverse all this stuff on you and squash the living heck out of you like a bug. We see it coming. Everybody does. It's just a question of when, right? Not if. Anyway, no, I don't know. So, Twitter, you got Twitter today, you got this. I haven't even looked at everything yet, guys. I mean, I should just maybe be joining all these videos together in one big one. It's like one guy said, hey, you put up 6 videos in one day. I says, well, there was lots of crap that day. Comes in threes, right? Well, it comes in sixes on the internet. And I mean, I agree with other people about 8chan. Taking 8chan down, all that does is just, it's like this, telling these tent people to get lost, right? Go away. Well, where are they going to go? Well, you could have one person sleeping out front, here or there, or, eventually what they got to do is an ordinance that you can't be, sitting on the sidewalk for any length of time now, right? Or you're considered a vagrant, and then they'd arrest you. Well, okay, they get a free place to live there and some meals, I guess, And I was just sitting there having breakfast this morning, and some guy had broke into some lady's house, and you'd think, okay, he's going to be stealing something. No, he was in her fridge having a bite to eat. Down the street is a soup kitchen that gives out a free lunch and a free supper every day, I think, except Sunday. And then another church does it for the Sunday. So, and then you got food banks. Uh, ay, ay, ay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. People are weird. Anyway, just some more. Today is my haha day.